I'm Henry L. Hooks, born in Shreveport, Louisiana, and I grew up and I went to school there. I was partly raised by a single parent, and that parent was my father. He was a postman, and at the age of about 5, I was kind of a very active kid, and my mother thought I should work with my father on his mail route. So I traveled with him every day. And when I was going to school, he would drop me off in the morning, and he would pick me up in the evening. After that, I would come home in the evening, and my mother and my siblings would want to know how was my day. And that was the fun part. I could talk about all the people I met on the route, that kind of thing. There was a photographer in the area that had a studio, and I kind of hung around a bit, and I wanted to know how he could get the image on the paper. And he took me in his dark room and showed me how that works. And kind of got stuck at that time. Then I was working at the drugstore, and Joy toothpaste had a clipping there. If you buy a toothpaste, they would send you a camera. So I did that, and I would shoot everything that moved as long as I could pay for the paper, the pictures to be developed. That worked out real fine. So there was a newspaper 3 doors from the drugstore, and the editor came in one day and he said, "What do you have in the camera?" And he took my film, had it developed, and a couple of weeks later he brought me a sheet of paper with some of the pictures I'd made and with a byline, and I was kind of hooked from that point on. I came here with the military on December 23rd, 1943, and I loved this city. The city was very vibrant at that time. We had a Santa Fe Railroad works here. We had a steel mill and had a nice Air Force base. And the people were very, very nice in San Bernardino to the troops at that time. I was kind of glad I was stationed here. Well, it was a few newspapers around. One of them was the Precinct Reporter, and I was on staff there for a while. And I began shooting various social events and other activities like churches and this kind of thing. And there were quite a few social organizations at that time. They were into giving scholarships and this kind of thing. And I always liked shooting those kind of things. And one of the other things I liked shooting was weddings. They are always fun. And now that I've aged a bit, and I go to the market or some other places, and I see these people say, "Oh, you did my mother's wedding, and you did my wedding, and look at my children." I kind of like that kind of thing. But that's why I like shooting events like that. They were first place, they were available, and I lived here, and the African American community was one of the bases of my work, and I liked shooting events that they were putting on at that particular time. This is my favorite photograph. This is a picture of Gordon Parks, and he was having a book signing here in the city, and I was asked if I would cover that for the people that put on the book signing. And he's signing a a photograph for me. And it is one of my favorites. He was such a wonderful person. And when he found out I was one of the local photographers here, we just cut everything out, and we had a conversation about 10 minutes or more, and I really enjoyed that. He was terrific. This is the other print I would like to show you. This is one of the Jordan sisters, and it stated, "We are the Jordan sisters, and we like to sing." These are the children of a very good friend of mine, and when they were born, she asked me if I would name her first child, and I did. And they turned out to be very, very excellent and productive citizens in the area. And this is my next best shot. I love it.